What are the secrets to getting high-paying notary jobs without having to cold call? I'm standing in this video, guys, so if I look a little weird, I apologize in advance. I just had surgery 2 days ago, so you'll see me leaning on this crutch and a crutch behind me. I tried sitting down, but it's a little weird. But anyways, secrets to getting a high-paying notary job. So I want to start off by saying the answer to all of this is using the notary hybrid system. If you don't know what that is, you need to go watch my other video where I explain the notary hybrid system. Like I said in my other videos, it's a system that I created teaching you how to source, get jobs for yourself without having to rely on signing services. I always talk about the notary hybrid system. Like I said, I created it when I was broke in the past, and following this system will lead you to getting these high-paying notary jobs. But if you want to know what to do outside of that, other things, and also a little bit of things that are within the notary hybrid system, watch this video, and I'll explain how to do that to you. I'll explain you how to do that. So first things first is leveraging your network. So one of the things that you don't want to do is rely on just one source of cash flow. And usually when I talk about one source of cash flow, and the reason I created a notary hybrid system is because I realized that I and other people were relying on only the signing services. And if you only rely on the signing services, they're just giving you fish and they're not teaching you how to fish, which of course they wouldn't really teach you how to fish. It doesn't make sense. But anyways, the first thing you want to do is just leverage your network. And this means that you want to make sure that everybody around you know what you do, right? Usually when people create business, oftentimes they don't want other people to know like on what they're doing just in case they fail. They don't just want the evil eye watching them, or they're worried about what their family and their friends will think about them. But it's important that you let everybody know that you're a notary, so that way when people bring up your name, they associate you with that thing. So I'll just start off by saying leverage your network. And what that looks like is basically letting your family know that you're a notary, letting your friends know that you're a notary, making it known on social media, and just putting it everywhere that you can. Sometimes people even get these car stickers that they put in their car, so when they're driving around, people could honk if they need a notary, or they can text this number if they need a notary. But it's basically letting everybody around you know, because that's like the warmest, that's like the hottest / warmest leads that you'll possibly get, meaning that those are the people that already know you, already like you, already trust you, and if they need it, they're going to be higher likely to actually book your services. Excuse me, guys, 1 second. So with that being said, you want to start off with them. Start off with your network. One of the things that kind of go hand in hand is your online presence. I probably misspelled that. Presences. Ooh, I misspelled that. So your online presence. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. You need to have this very well known. So if you are someone, especially if you're a part of like the a little bit older of a crowd, you want to put this stuff on your Facebook and let your people know as well. Because if you are somebody that was in the corporate world and you're transitioning over to wanting to be in entrepreneurship, or transitioning over to being a full-time notary, people that are within your professional space need to know, because they're going to use your services to help you out. Man, y'all, I'm going through it. I got one leg. I'm here coughing, but I'm still knocking out these videos for y'all. Hope you guys appreciate this. So let's say that you were a teacher, right? Or let's say that you were a real estate agent. When you put this stuff out there so your network knows, and you put this on your social media, like your Instagrams, your Facebook, you put in your LinkedIn bios, when people see that you're actually serious about this and you've been doing it for a couple of months, they'll start using your services. And then as time goes on and they start referring you to other people, this is going to build up your referral base. And it's kind of like in the notary business, kind of works a little bit kind of like real estate, how you can get a booking and then that booking leads to another one, and then that one leads to another one, and then so on and so forth. So that's why I always say start off with your closest circle, the people that are in closest proximity to you, because they're going to be the easiest. And then they're going to refer you to people. And then when they refer people to you, those people that come to you know that you're friends of that person. So it kind of keeps things close knit, tight knit. And when you have it online, it's just easier to understand. It's just easier for people to understand what you do. So one of the things that I did now is partner with businesses. So for example, I used to live a little bit further up north. Right now I'm in Miami. I used to live further up north. And I used to go to this post office all the time. It was a UPS. And then I found out that it was black owned by some like two young guys. And I was like, oh, snap, black owned. And when they asked what I did, because, you know, they would just see me in the daytimes at odd hours, usually the hours that people are at work. So, you know, when people see you all the time, like, bro, what do you do? I let them know that I was a notary, mobile notary. And then they said, hey, we can work together. So what ended up happening is at that location, they're not allowed to notarize certain types of documents. So when they're not able to do that, they can refer me or refer my card. And it's important to know that when you go to certain banks, when you go to certain places like UPS, FedEx, maybe even post office, when it comes to certain type of documents, they can't do. So if you become friends with them and find a way to offer them value, they'll do the same back to you. And oftentimes when you go to these places or you go to restaurants, they'll allow you to leave your business cards and your flyers there. If you don't already do that, you need to do that, because every moment is an opportunity for progression, and every way that you can get business, you should be putting it out there, because one of those ways are going to hit. And then whichever one of those ways happens to work for you, all you do is double down on what's working. So it's not really rocket science. It's kind of like having a shotgun rather than a pistol. You got a pistol, bam, you shoot the pistol, you only get, let's say there's just a white sheet of paper in front of you, right? A white sheet of paper, you shot the pistol, boom, only one hole. You only got one thing. But then you shoot a shotgun, boom, a whole bunch of holes. So it gives you a lot higher chance of hitting your target. So what I kind of do is, when I started off, I did the shotgun approach. Boom, shot a whole bunch of bullets and tried to see what actually hit the target. And whatever hit the target, I'm like, oh, okay, let me try that instance again. So basically, let me try a whole bunch of these ideas. You're basically throwing shit at the fan, seeing which one of these work, and you're sticking with that. So if you don't want to use a notary hybrid system and you use one of these, essentially that's what you're going to have to do. It works, but you just got to be patient, because it's not like you could just go out one day, try all of these things, and they're going to work the next day. They might not, but just be patient and try things. So like I said, you want to part with the businesses, and then as time goes on, people will start to see your stuff and they'll start to call you. Next you can do, if you don't want to partner with them, you can just also just ask them straight up for referrals. So even if you don't have anything to provide to them, which I would say I would want to have something to provide to the business so they're more inclined, you could also just ask them like, hey, if anybody ever comes to your job or anybody ever comes to this business looking for something, then can you refer them over to me? You can do that as well, which is easy to do. But usually, as far as like human interactions go, people really just want to help out people that are going to like help them. So I always try to find a way to like provide value to these to these places. One of the things that I like to do. Next up, you can go to different businesses, and like I said, you could drop off those cards, and then you could also, when you go to the different businesses, you can offer specialty services. So something I used to do as well is I would used to go to retirement homes, because I used to do a lot of estate planning, and I used to do like a lot of like power of attorneys and things of that sort, things within that estate planning realm. But if you go to some retirement homes, you can also drop your flyers off there and let them know like, hey, if anybody's ever looking for a notary, I know that you guys might have a lot of power of attorneys that need to be done. If you let them know, I can drive to your location and handle everything for your customers, for your clients. So I can do the printing for your clients. If they need somebody to mail it off, I can do that. If they need somebody that's mobile and pick things up, I can do that for them. When you offer these type of specialty services, people are willing to pay more for that. And they're willing to book you for those things. But it's kind of just like this whole thing on landing these higher paying notary jobs, or finding where the richest or the most high paying clients are and positioning yourself around them. So kind of like going back to number 1 and number 2, if you are in the real estate business, you know that you're going to have a lot of people that need to do loan signings. So those are going to be higher paying clients. If you know that UPS has a lot of people in your area that go there to mail things off, and it's in an affluent area, then you know you're going to have a higher chance of going to getting higher jobs. So, for example, if the UPS, instead of going to a UPS in the hood, you might want to network with a UPS that's in a more popular zip code or a richer zip code, because then they're the ones that are higher likely to have people that need to have estate planning done or are willing to pay out more for their jobs. So it's kind of like being smart and positioning yourself around other people that are with money. But going back to where we were, offering those specialty services allows you to do things for clients that other people can't. One, and also allows you to charge more because you're offering more services, which people understand. Two more things that I would say is joining your local business groups and creating some sort of niche. So business groups and niche. So when it comes to business groups, this can be like your chamber of commerce. This could be like your meetup groups. These could be like those groups that you find on Eventbrite. If you go to certain business groups, you're going to be around a higher what's the word I want to use? Not quality of people, but a higher tax bracket of people that are business owners. When you're around business owners and they need things done, they're the type of people that are willing to pay more to get things done because they have a little bit more capital, but they want to save their time. So you're able to charge those people in the business group more. And they're just a lot more liquid. So I always try to be amongst the business groups, be amongst the professionals, because when you're talking about people that don't have that much money, they're always trying to save money and give up a lot of their time. But when you get around others, they're willing to give up their money and save their time because they understand, like I do myself, that time is worth way more than money. But when you don't have money, it's hard to see it like that. So be around these business groups, market towards them, be smart with them, find ways to give them referrals, add them to your network, and always be posting on your online so they understand what you do and they always see your face. And last thing is niche. So niches get the riches. Although I do a whole bunch of general notary work, if I was to start over, I would start off on like one thing. I'd probably just do like loan signing, or I would do like power of attorney, or I would do estate planning. But when you can double down on one thing, when people are actually looking for that one thing, they find you and they see that that's all you do. One, they'll know you'll be great at what you do. And two, they know that they might have to charge a little bit more because you're a professional at what you do. So I would say like double down on something. And then after you've come to the point where you've mastered that thing, then you add more things. So those are the types of things that you do to get high-paying notary clients without cold calling, and this is done outside of the notary hybrid system. These things will help you. It's not rocket science, but you kind of just got to think outside of the box. But I would say before even doing all of this stuff right here, just use the NHS. Like, why overcomplicate it? Just use the notary hybrid system. I already created it. I already got a video up here. You guys can take some notes from that. It explains it as much as I can in there. But if you need more help, of course, you probably will. Go ahead and book a one-on-one or join the free community. I'm always in there talking to people or doing live calls. So you can just do Q&As. Doesn't cost you anything. Hop in there. And if you want more tools, go ahead and get that Notary Mastery Bundle. But hopefully this helped you out, give you a little bit of insight on how I was doing it. And yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Peace, love, and your boy Knowledge is out.